Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the regular City of Prescott Council meeting to order. It is Monday, March 14th at 6 o'clock. Do a roll call. Mike?
Here.
Adam?
Here.
Dar?
Here.
John?
Here.
Lindsay?
Here.
And Maureen is excused. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is public comments. City Council received public comments on any issue related to the agenda. Limited discussion by the council may take place. Okay, hearing none. Next item is consent agenda. Library Board minutes from February 20th. City Council minutes from March 24th. Planning Commission minutes from Monday, April 7th. General fund balances for March. Cash balances for March. Paid invoices for March. Special event permit for Freedom Park Family Reunion, July 26th from noon until 5. Special event permit for Healing Play Incorporated, food truck fundraiser at Fairy Wonderland Park, April 17th from 5 to 7. And approval of the ecological restoration of the hillside at Freedom Park by Friends of Freedom Park.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion on the motion?
I just want to say, I approved that special permit, that special event permit, but I don't know if they know this or not, but the food truck that's gonna be there has to get approved also because it's a separate issue. So they're gonna have to get a vendor permit so we can background them. That's the only thing that I wanted to mention on that.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. Next item on the agenda is report of standing committees and commissions. Nothing for finance, planning commission, report from Monday, April 7th. We did a public hearing for the amendments to 635-125 and 635-126. We just pretty much opened it and closed it. There weren't any comments. Matt gave a brief background on what the amendments were, and what it is it's going to change from a supermajority vote to a simple majority vote. So we approved to send that to council for approval. And we went over the comprehensive plan updates. We're going to do that every month for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 months, however long it takes on the on the update. We went over chapters 2 and 3, and we'll review them. There was a lot of information to digest, and we'll go over the next one as it goes along. We had a certified survey map for parcel 271-011-79-0400. It's for 5.73 acres. It's to segregate it from the Land Conservancy in order to get their grant and everything that had to be done. So Kim Christensen submitted this survey map for that, and we voted to bring that to council for approval. And the other thing that our city planner position is currently still open. Did I miss anything, Matt?
Nope.
Okay, and the next planning commission meeting is Monday, May 5th at 6 o'clock. Parks and Public Works, meeting was canceled. The next meeting will be Monday, May 18th at 5 o'clock. Health and Safety, next meeting Monday, May 12th at 5. Personnel, next regular meeting Wednesday, May 7th at 5. Next item on the agenda is communications and new business. Public comments. The council received public comments on any issue not related to agenda items. Limited discussion by the council may take place. However, no action will be taken on any items. This includes receiving written requests or documentation, possible action at a future meeting. Okay, hearing none. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 25-25, awarding the bid for the 2025 mill and overlay project to Monarch Paving Company in the amount of $463,376. Matt, you want to comment on it?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So the 2025 mill and overlay project is for a portion of Linden Road and then all of Tower Heights Road, Tower Heights Court, Tower Road, and Jewel Street. Within our capital improvement plan, we do have $434,000 or $434.93 to complete this work. After we also decided to include Chestnut Street just because it's a smaller section of road and it is in very poor condition. So once we completed that and we got approval for plans and specs that went out to bid, we did put forward the bid and sent it to Monarch Paving, who did officially bid, ACI Contract and Paving, who did not respond, Bituminous Roadways, who did not respond, and then we got an inquiry from WK Construction out of Middleton, Wisconsin, but they did not put forth a bid once they reached out. So the final bid that was received, and the only bid that was received was from Monarch Paving for a total of $463,376. With removing Chestnut, we're about $7,181 under bid, but with adding Chestnut, then we're proposed using the funding gap of $29,283 to be paid out of our 2025 budget, which would come out of our street maintenance and repairs line items, which we do have about $60,000 that we budget out of there every year for general repairs and maintenance. So with that, the total bid would be is what we're asking for approval, recommending for approval, would be that total bid from Monarch Paving for the amount of $463,376. I'll turn over to council for comments or questions.
I'll make a motion to approve the Resolution 25-25, approving the awarding bid of the 2025 mill and overlay project to Monarch Paving Company in the amount of $463,376.
I'll make a second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to approve Resolution 25-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? If not, I'll do a roll call. Mike?
Aye.
Adam?
Aye.
Dar?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Lindsay?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 26-25, approving a certified survey map dividing PID 271-01179-0400. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So Plan Commission reviewed this and approved it to council. It is basically splitting off about a 78-acre parcel and splitting off 5.73 acres to create Lot 1. This lot, the overall larger parent lot, does span both the city of Prescott and Oak Grove Township, but this proposed lot is fully within the city of Prescott. The lot does meet minimum standards and setback requirements, and it is part of the C2 Commercial Highway District. This division of land is being done to accommodate the sale of the 72-acre parcel to Landmark Conservancy for conservation of what is called the Cooley River area, and would eventually become part of the Cooley River Trail System. The long-term vision then would see site include the development of trails, parks, and other park amenities. To support the acquisition, Landmark Conservancy has secured 2 grants, one through the state of Wisconsin's Knowles Nelson Stewardship Program and another one through the U.S. Forestry Service. So in order for those 2 grants to go through and for closure of the land, or sale of the land, this lot has to be split off. So staff is recommending approval. I'll turn over to council for comments or questions.
I'll make a motion for resolution 2625, approval of the certified survey map subdivision of PID 271-1179-0400 for approval.
I'll second that.
Excuse me. We have a resolution to approve, Resolution 2625. Is there any discussion on the motion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is ordinance 04-25, an ordinance to amend city ordinance chapter 635 zoning, 635-125 and 635-126. Matt?
Thank you, Bear. So this is basically an item that went through the state of Wisconsin and was changed. As we already mentioned before, the zoning code would allow for a 3/4 vote of the common council on certain protest scenarios when regards to zoning amendments and changes. The state of Wisconsin state legislation changed that, and as a result, cities and municipalities have been directed and suggested to change their applicable city code to change it to a simple majority vote versus a 3/4 vote or supermajority vote. So with that change in state law, that is what's being brought before council tonight, is 2 areas where basically it said previously under amendments, changes or amendments, the procedure, and then also protests is going from a 3/4 vote to a simple majority for those changes for council to take place. So I'll turn it over to council for comments and questions.
Are we looking to approve it or not go through the 3 readings?
Since it is a state law requirement and they're recommending that we follow, that we match state law, we haven't heard any issues or anybody bring up any issues, so would recommend approving it on the first reading rather than send it to a second or third.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 04-25 to amend the city ordinances, chapter 635 zoning, 635-125 and 635-126.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to approve ordinance 04-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is for consideration to the Tourism Committee, Tracy Franek. Now, this is just for consideration, and we'll approve it at the next meeting. Is that correct?
Correct.
Also, next item is for consideration to Planning Commission, Dave Hovel. The next item is Resolution 27-25, authorizing curb and gutter repairs in conjunction with the 2025 mill and overlay project. Yeah?
Yes, so as part of our mill and overlay and replacement of the asphalt, we also, before that happens, a number of spots within that section, as it's over, I think 30 years old at this point, there's spots within the curb and gutter that are cracking and that need to be replaced. Although Public Works does do minor sub areas and still is going to be doing that work, as well as replacing or fixing sunken storm sewer drains. There are large sections that we don't have the equipment for and that are just more efficient to have a company that does that. In the past, we've used Harmon Concrete and Construction to make these repairs on Orange Street, Cherry Street, Kenny Kinnick Street, and Monroe Street. So we asked again, there's about 479 feet of curb replacement as part of the mill and overlay project this year across all 5 streets. So Harlan gave us a quote of $22,034 to complete these repairs. And so if we move forward with this or it's approved tonight, this money would be coming out of the city's storm sewer fund. The current unrestricted cash balance within that fund is just over just under 140,000, pending the completion of our audit that we're going through this year though. So with that, I'll turn it over to council for comments and questions.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 27-25, authorizing curb and gutter repairs in conjunction with the 2025 mill and overlay project. The funds for this will be coming out of the storm sewer accounts.
Second.
Excuse me. We have a motion, a second, to approve Resolution 27-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? If not, the roll call. Lindsay?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Gar?
Aye.
Adam?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried, thank you. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 28-25, a resolution commending Alderperson John Peterson for dedicated service to the city of Prescott. And I'll read this. Whereas Councilmember John Peterson was elected by constituents to serve as Ward 1 representative of the city of Prescott, and whereas Councilmember John Peterson has displayed true dedication to the position, outstanding leadership, sincere concern for all citizens of Prescott, and a devotion for the common good of Prescott. Now therefore, upon motion duly made and second and passed by a majority vote, be it resolved by the City Council of Prescott as follows. John Peterson is commended for the years of dedicated service you have given to the city of Prescott and its residents. We wish you all great health and success in all its endeavors.
Thank you, John. I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 28-25, commending John Peterson for his dedicated service to the city.
I'll second.
We have a motion, a second, to approve Resolution 28-25. Any discussion on the motion? Not all those in favor?
How many years, John?
3 years.
Just the 3?
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next item on the agenda is other business. We have an organizational meeting tomorrow, Tuesday, April 15th at 5:30. Any other business? Next item on the agenda is closed session. Closed session per Wisconsin State Statute 19.85, conferring with legal counsel for the government body who is rendering oral written service advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is likely to become involved, to wit, discussion and consideration of current litigation with Leo's Landing.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
I'll second that.
We have a motion, a second, go into closed session. All those in, oh, hang on. Mike?
Aye.
Adam?
Aye.
Dar?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Lindsay?
Aye.
Okay, we are now in closed session.